Welcome to the tutorial on two-variable Karnaugh map. So in this tutorial we will look into why we make use of the Karnaugh map, mainly to simplify the Boolean equations. Simplification of switching equations will reduce the amount of hardware needed to realize a given function, and the reduction of the gates and the gate input may result in few integrated circuits, which in turn will decrease the cost and improve the reliability. And Boolean algebra can be used to simplify equations, but the process is very lengthy and error prone. So a better approach is to make use of the Karnaugh map, which is also called as the K-map. So this K-map represents a matrix of squares, and each square represents a minterm or a max term from a Boolean equation. The arrangement of the matrix squares permits the identification of the input variable redundancies, which will help us to reduce the output equation. The K-map identifies all the cases for a given set of input variables where groups of the minterms may contain redundant variables, and these groups will be identified. Redundant variables can be eliminated, which will result in a simplified output. Now, if a given switching equation contains a minterm, then a logic 1 is entered into the square that represents that particular term. If a max term is present, then a logic 0 will be entered into the square. Coming to the two-variable Karnaugh map, we will consider an example of a two-variable, that is a, b. And since there are two variables, we'll be having four combinations of input 0001, 1011. So a and b can either be 0 or it can be 1. And we draw the Karnaugh map with the LSB and the MSB and marking the binary values. If you observe, we write the decimal equivalent of the binary just to indicate the placement of the max term or the min term in the Karnaugh map. So let us solve two-variable Boolean expression in the SOP form. We have an expression f of x comma y, which is equal to summation m 2 comma 3. So from what we have understood for the Karnaugh map, and we make use of minterms, is that we need to enter a logic 1. So you can see that for a decimal value of 2 and 3, we need to enter a logic 1. Now, we can group the terms for the minterms in the form such that we have one variable which is common, and in this particular problem we have the variable x that is common, and the groupism is such that y plus y bar will be equal to 1. So the final answer to this problem will be equal to x. So coming to the second numerical, we have f of x comma y, which is equal to summation m 1 comma 3. Since it's a min term, we know that we need to place the value of 1 corresponding to 1 and 3. And here, since y is the common term, we get the end result as y. Third equation is summation m 0, 1, 3. So place a logic 1 for 0, 1 and 3, and you can group it as group it in two ways. So x bar is common and here y is common. So the end result is x bar plus y. So the fourth numerical, f of x comma y summation 0, 1, 2, 3. So here logic 1 has to be entered for all the cases, and when we can group all of them together. So here the end result will be equal to logic 1. In the fifth numerical, f of x comma y summation 1 comma 2, I am unable to group them, so these are two separate variables. So I can write this as x bar y plus xy bar, which is equal to XOR gate. So it is XOR x XORed with y. Sixth numerical, f of x comma y 0, 1, 2. In this particular numerical, we have y bar that is common and x bar is common. So I'm going to group them, y bar, x bar, and I can write this equation as x bar plus y bar. Before that, let me give an example of f of xy comma summation m 0 to 3. In this particular case, we have x to be common and y bar to be common. So moving on to the next set, that is two variable Boolean expression in the POS form. We have the equation f of x comma y equal to pi of m 2 comma 3. Now since it deals with POS form, this is corresponding to max terms. So we'll be entering a logic 0 instead of a logic 1, unlike the min-term case. So corresponding to the decimal equivalent in the Karnaugh map, we'll be entering a logic 0. So when you group them, you get the end result as x bar. Here you need to be careful because in the case of the max term, if it is 1, it is complemented, and if it is a 0, it's uncomplemented variable. So that is why it is x bar here. So coming to the second numerical, f of x comma y equal to pi of m 0, 1, 3. So group them. So you can see that x is common and y bar is common. So the end result will be x into y bar. You should remember here that max terms are always represented in terms of product form. So that is why it will be x into y bar. Third numerical f of x comma y is equal to pi m 0 1 2, and this can be drawn into the Karnaugh map. You can see that x is common and y is common, so that is why it is x into y. Next numerical we have f of x comma y to be equal to pi m 1 2 3, and placing the max terms we can group them as x bar into y bar. The last numerical f of x comma y is equal to pi of m 1 and 2. So here we cannot group them, so they are separately written, and this equation will be equivalent to f of x comma y to be equal to r plus y into x plus y bar, that is equal to, on multiplication you get the term x bar x plus x bar y bar plus xy plus y bar. We know that a into a bar is equal to 0, so eliminating that, what remains is x bar y bar plus xy, which is equivalent to x NOR gate. Now it is very important to note that there is a difference between drawing the Karnaugh map depending upon the placement of the LSB and the MSB variable. So let us see what are the different ways in which we can consider the Karnaugh map. So far I have considered the Karnaugh map wherein I have placed the MSB in the lower side and the LSB on the upper side. So if you observe this particular Karnaugh map, you can see that A is the MSB and B is the LSB. So when I mark the decimal values into the Karnaugh map, I have considered 0 0 case, to be the leftmost, 1, 2 and 3 as shown. Now this is dependent upon our binary inputs, that is 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. Why 4 binary inputs? Because we have 2 variables, so 2 to the power 2 will give us 4 combinations of the inputs, and the decimal equivalent of that number is written in the leftmost corner of the Karnaugh map for easier representation and easy placement of the max terms or the min terms. Another way of considering is we can consider the MSB position on the top and LSB position at the bottom. Now in this particular case, what happens is that our decimal values that we place will be different from the one we have considered earlier, but the binary inputs are same, everything remains the same. So here also A is MSB, B is LSB, but just note the difference in the placement of the decimal value. So 0, 1, 2 and 3, which is marked in red color. So conclusion, what we can say is that when you consider the position of LSB and MSB, it's very important to note that you are placing the max terms and the min terms in the correct places. For all the numericals that I have solved in this particular tutorial, I have considered the leftmost side of the Karnaugh map, wherein the MSP position is at the lower end and the LSP position is at the top. It is much more a better way or convenient way of representation because it reduces confusion. Whichever you choose, be careful to see to it that you place the decimal values in the right positions.